my computer literally just like warped your fucking Gmail over to the other monitor somehow. It was very bizarre. Okay, silver, bard, gameplay. Where's my monitor on this? What the hell? There we go. That was weird. Alright, hopefully my shit isn't bugged out. Yeah, I love classical music. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at Bard. I wanna see what you got, dude. Wobbles, you have a 40-minute game. Impress me, dude. Inspire me with your Bard play. I am a Bard fanboy. He's one of my fave supports to play. The only downside I feel like is he doesn't, like, if you get fed, he doesn't like 1v9 or anything, but he's still hella fun and hella effective. 40 months in a row. Is the only, who is beating you? Because you're the man. Who is beating you? Is it Ninja? Is Ninja beating you, or is he behind you? Twitch TV Ninja. I'm Ninja's biggest fan, dude. My overlay's fucked? Yeah, it is. I played a game. I'm not gonna lie. I played a game this morning. Wait, why is it? Oh, I did the wrong thing. Chat scale. Whoops. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, Ninja's the man, dude. He's a great streamer and a great friend, and he is... Ninja's one of those people who's like, you twitch.tv/ninja. Ninja's one of those people who like came out of the womb. If there is a god, right? If there is a god, Ninja just like emerged from the womb and God was just like, whew, you have it all, dude. God was like, you have it all. I consider myself a hardworking streamer, and I consider myself, you know, I try very hard to do my job well, but like that guy, like, just got it all, dude. Handsome looking guy, awesome wife, awesome family, great at games, fucking hilarious. God just, the dude just can't lose, you know? And he's a good person. Like, I don't know, maybe I'll have to talk to him about this. I'm just what's wrong with you, dude? Do you have like dead bodies in your basement or something? There's got to be something going on that we don't know about. How are you this perfect? Yeah, awesome guy. So, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong guy. I'm looking at Draven. I should look back through the lane and see how you opened, just to make sure we don't miss anything here. Looks like your jungler got fucked with. And got pushed off of his blue. This is really weird. I gotta see this again. This whole thing is strange. So, you knew that an invade was coming. Okay. My gut feeling is to fuck with them, but Draven's not there. What's the backstory behind this? Are you duoed with this guy? You guys, okay, my problem with this is I think you should be contesting it. And this isn't me being a hindsight hero. Draven, Bard, and Kindred are strong. Like, these three champions are very, very weak level 1. You have a huge edge here. But I don't know why all three of you collectively went like, no, we're not doing this. But I mean, it's not the end of the world, dude. I just want you to realize that this is a fight that I would take every time. It's very similar to fighting for, yeah. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe you would just walk over there and they would just ping you off. But yeah, you win this just because they have to tank the blue buff. And if you, it's a similar thing that I tell people about contesting like Baron or Dragon. You bait the HP of the monster, and then the monster will DPS for you while they have to determine whether or not they focus the monster or you. And you can always just kind of, let me get my epic pen. Oh, fuck. you can always decide, like, you can play on this line just in and out here and fuck with them. And they, you know, you could just max range your Q or whatever and auto occasionally, and you basically, even if they get the buff, you're gonna make a decent trade. I guess if they get the buff, Jarvan might EQ you, but he's gonna be spamming his abilities on the buff and try to get it. So I don't mind, like, I don't think this is the end of the world, or I'm hating on you too much for it or anything. I'm just, you guys win this. Like, you don't lose this. Only in the absolute worst case scenario of blitz hooking somebody and they stand on top of the blue buff, and they just AFK and don't use summoners, you would lose. That's like the only way I could see it not going your way. It's gonna be a favorable trade. But yeah, if they didn't go for it, they didn't go for it. I like the insta shove, like trying to get lane control. Definitely slow it down and then just walk that guy in. Good work. We got the early level 2. There's something to be said for maybe you push too much because you'd already established push, but this is different than what I'm used to seeing on replay. See, this is great, dude. This is wonderful. You get level 2, you put the pressure on, good autos, good open. I think the trade is worth. Yeah, you have total lane control now. I mean, we tanked a little bit too much damage, and maybe on the way back, like, when we look at it, Draven didn't really auto. So, like, right here, God, why didn't he auto that creep sooner? And then he should have W'd forward and tried to pressure, but it's all good. You could just sustain up now. You'll be able to roam around the map if you want. You'll have ward control. Pretty passive Draven. Your flash is really goofy. Yeah, what? Like, what do you think you're gonna get done with this flash? In my opinion, once he gets hooked, that's not your problem. Okay, that's not your issue. You've pressured the lane. The guy didn't push for level 2, like, and he gets hooked. I want you to keep your flash and just wait for him to respawn here. I don't think you need to make some. There's no fancy heroic play that's gonna save him. It's a terrible spot for him to get hooked. He's already poked down. He gets max range hooked into ADC, like auto attack range, and then, like, he's dead. He's dead, or you W and he barely sneaks out, but you don't need to flash for it. You don't need to save him. I say Bard doesn't carry late game, and he doesn't. However, Bard still has a really strong early mid game, and if your teammate dies, you'll just get XP and be able to do your own thing. If you blow that flash like that, though, like, now we're not gonna have that for the import. Like, say the jungler comes down or something, it'd be nice to be able to tunnel him in and then flash engage. So yeah, I think that flash was just, I don't think you accepted, like, what had happened. And that's what I basically, if it were me, I would have just been like, all right, dude, just roll your eyes, I say, roll your eyes. Roll your eyes and watch him fall. So we're just chilling. See, you have good XP. You got solo XP, even though he died. Like, whatever. Can't control that. Draven can always come back too. Good stun. And then you're roaming. chilling. We're chilling. Now this is where your flash. See, this is what I'm saying. We could get a kill here very easily, reliably. We're not always gonna get a jungle gank, but now we get one. We're unable to actually get a reliable engage going. The other thing to consider, when you see Kindred coming down here, Uriel, thank you, buddy. It's all good, dude.
I hope to get some good advice for this replay / game.
So
I totally brain farted there and play really bad. Tongue.
Nice. When you see Kindred coming down, look at the wave for a second. You don't need to be here. Back up into the fog so they can't see this. They have no info on this. Back up, ping him, and set up on the wall. This is like standard gank move. Like when you're getting a gank from your jungler, this is how you set up reliable kills. You back up in the fog, you put the tunnel out, you run right out there, and you make shit happen. Okay? It's a very, very strong move, and one that I want you taking advantage of. I don't mind, you know, this guy hitting the plant or whatever, but as Bard, we can get a way smoother engage because the deception of the tunnel, it's low elo, people won't expect it, etc., etc. Nice. So a little messy. We still get it done. Not the way I would have played it. And obviously we wasted our flash, so we weren't able to get a nice clean engage. And you know why that's important is because what if enemy jungle shows up or is en route and our gank takes too long? Yeah, the Ashe didn't use summoners either, so we lucked out. I don't know why she didn't. That's pretty retarded. Let's get some. I love that you're roaming. I think it was fine. I have no problem with this. I was gonna like nitpick your roam, but the only other thing I could say about that spot is like when you come over that wall, I think your execution was fine. I'm just saying that you can also consider not like holding the Q for a little bit because sometimes the guy that you're trying to CC will like wiggle and you'll be able to get more damage and then eventually you can just reliably Q him. But I don't think it mattered there as much. It's just something to think about when you're roaming. I love your decisiveness. This is the shit I love to see. Instant fucking ult into flash stun, which is great. Love it. At this point, you need to help him push the lane. I don't know why you're not autoing. Auto now. This is important. Get this pushed in because you want to back. Your mana's really low and you just used everything. So you just want to get this shoved under tower so you can take a breather. I don't think you get enough damage on the tower often enough to justify floating around here too long. In my opinion, you might be able to do this rotation maybe, but you need to get the fuck out. You don't have shit, dude. You might have just baited Draven into getting picked by Jarvan here. That's why I say it. See, you're not helping him push the wave out. Like, get this under and set him up for a back, in my opinion. Yeah, this is definitely something you need to fix. He wouldn't have even gotten engaged on. It's gonna work out, but I think it's more of luck than anything here. Just the tip, boys. Just the tip, boys. That's pretty good. I like it. Cool. That would be the thing I'd change. I would help push the wave in ASAP. Now, you got Mobies. What are we doing? We lose our tower. To be fair, you did do some roaming, and enemy bot lanes stayed hard on our tower. Like, they did not fuck around. They were mashing on it when we roamed around. I think it's okay. Also, I don't think... Well, actually, if we're being really fucking nitpicky... if you had pushed that lane and backed immediately, you would have never lost the tower. So now that I'm like really thinking about it, I think that's a bonus of like why we needed to just put after you made the great play, right? You got Ash's flash, secured the kill, shoved the wave, and then you back. You would have protected your tower and then been able to leverage that lead right away again. So I think you overstayed a bit and that cost you tower there. You're never getting hooked by Blitzcrank. As long as you stay behind minions, you're fine. This makes no sense. I don't see any reason for you to pop your head in and tax the top laner here. I don't know what he's doing. You know, Mom made him go shovel the driveway. Like, I have no fucking idea why this Darius is gone. But either way, you can't. Like, you can show up here, but you're fucking up your top laner. Just because, like, the lane is pushing. So, you don't need to you don't need to force it, because the lane was going to be in a pretty good position when Darius returned. Now you just, like, fucked up the freeze. Look. Now it's going to push out slower. And then he showed up. If you'd waited a second, the lane... You could have waited, like, 10 seconds. Think about, what the fuck's his name? Olay, dude. Think about that. Like, he would sit... You would just sit there for like 15, 20 seconds. It's okay. Just wait for the lane to get... Oops, sorry. Wait for the lane to get to here. As opposed to, like, what you popped out here. Wait for the lane to get, like, right here. That would have been way better, I think. Yeah, that was kind of a botch drone by you. That's okay. It happens. You learn. Live and learn. What the hell? How did this happen to us? Well, let me look at this again. What do you see that you're roaming to so I can critique you here? So you're with Draven. Alright. Nitpick number 1. The way you're pathing, you should be... The tunnel should be going here, first of all. So that you can be on tower. This guy's dead. So I don't know why you're going that... Like, you're making the path longer. You're just going to help hold the tower. So you go across... And notice where you go? You go back here. Why would you go back here? There's free XP to get right here. As in, if you hit the plant, bounce this way, walk to here, we get XP from this. This is XP. We get this, and we just kind of, you know, sit at the tower for a second and discourage a push. But you go back over the wall, which obviously we don't know where Jarvan is, but we know that this is, you know, we know what we want to do. We just want to hold the tower and get the XP. And our Gangplank's dead anyways, and our jungler's nowhere nearby. So the rotation, exactly, and he's safe under tower. So the rotation of going to mid was fine. I just wanted you to wait under the tower. And, you know, if they decide to push, throw out a Q, discourage it for a second. You might lose the tower, you might not. But there was no point in going back around. And before you say, oh, this is like hindsight hero territory, it's like, no, not really, because when you think about it, you were just going to mirror Blitzcrank. That's all you're doing. You're just mirroring Blitzcrank. Your GP's an idiot, whatever, but you were just going to mirror Blitzcrank. So just sit under tower there and wait for them, as opposed to what you did, which is try to juke all the way back. You were already on rotation. The fuck? I don't mind the attempt. I want you to stay on it though. Okay, now we can't. So right here, you kite back. This is silly. Committing to this is silly. I know GP is coming. But actually this was okay. I don't know why he changed direction though. He's retarded. But right here, you don't need to face check. You don't have anything to do anyways. You've done your job. You CC'd, you fucking chased, you did the damage that you need to do. Like, you just needed to chill here. You don't have flash. So, like, face checking into this is super dangerous because you know TF's there, and these guys have a lot of CC they can stack. Basically, anytime TF exists, and there's, like, a bush, you just can't. Like, that's one of the things that TF has going for him. His lane shit. He doesn't, like, 1v1 people very well. But he just, like, all the bushes, all the blind spots, he runs them. So once you see him in that brush, you just, it's never going to go your way. Like, ever. You dig? I'm fine with this because I have no idea where your GP is. Push the next wave. This makes no sense. Just get it all under tower. You're never dead. Just take it all. If you're gonna do this, push everything under so at least you tax the TF. Like, just fucking go ham on this dude. Push it, all of it. See this? All right, view it like this. This needs to be under the tower. Like, it needs to be here. Okay, look where it stops. Guess what that means? All this is gonna build right here, and it's not gonna push back out to our mid lane. We want this all under there. We want a perma tax on this TF. Now watch, he's not gonna miss as much as he should have. Someone has a chance. Basically, you improve the chance of someone catching all this. You don't want that. I think your roams have been reasonable. This was just a mistake in that you didn't understand where you wanted to be after you started the roam, and then you rushed the roam here. Those are your only big errors right now. You're playing it fine in terms of like what you're trying to do strategy-wise.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
There's the Ash, right? You hit the Ash. Darius gets murdered. There, and who else? GP dies. You guys make a really shitty trade, 4v5. Nothing you can do about that. Draven gets hooked. Kinda unlucky Bard game so far. But it goes for 40 minutes, so it can't be that bad. Pinging. Nothing you can do here but help wave clear. I slept really well last night, so I don't know why I'm yawning so much. So you go Locket, which I like. I like to go Locket or Sheen if I'm fed. Like, I'll straight up buy a fucking Triforce if I get fed on Bard. I don't care. You're down bottom way too long here. I don't know what you're doing. This is to me useless. Personally, right here, I'm out. I'd be going back towards mid. Dude, I hate staying bot side at this stage of the game. Fuck that. You're barred. Skirmish. You can drop a ward for Draven or whatever, but get the hell out. Like, there's no reason for you to be here. They saw you go into the bush too. Yeah. This play is the worst play in your replay. Just FYI. This is the worst thing you've done this replay. Don't do this. Let me try to put into good terms why. Alright, so you can't get vision of Baron. Draven is very rare. Like, they don't even have anything they can take. Like, they could push all the way in here, and if they do, they're pretty much fucked anyways if one person tries to push this deep. So if they go to try to chase Draven has to be a drooling idiot to die for free. Alright, no one's gonna go down here. You saw a bunch at Rift. So you could have rotated up to mid, got vision in the jungle. You could have tried to get vision in mid, try to poke around. But there's literally no value in being bought. You don't help push that fast. You don't help take towers that fast because you're barred. Welcome to support life. What you're really good at is setting up picks and setting up plays and tunneling around and doing goofy shit. You're never gonna get anything done with a Draven who's behind. And you're very rarely gonna do anything 2v2 anyway, so you might as well just let him do this. So yeah, this is the worst decision you've made. Mid game, stay the fuck away from bot lane. Don't hover around bot lane. You just miss so much. Like, they get rift, you don't pressure it. They pressure tier 2, you're not in position to pressure it. You have no vision down because you weren't on that side. The enemy team's pushing towards you anyways on top side, so why wouldn't you have vision there? There's a lot of things wrong with that. Looks like we wasted our ult. This flash engage was pretty ambitious. Let's look at this flash. I don't see what you see. I see no one in position to help you. I see no objectives that you're like baiting. It'd be one thing if they were just about to finish, if they're just about to finish a tower or something. You don't have an ult to follow up with. I would rather you wait for a better fight. I get it, you want to make plays, but this isn't one. This would be a spot where we would just hang out. If it were me, I would just be hanging out, chilling, waiting for a better opportunity because I use my ult up here. And let's back up and talk about this ult real quick. So here, you're ulting. You're ulting Rift, which you can't stop anyways. So Rift is pretty much always gonna damage this tower. So this tower was gone, so you don't need to ult at all. If your entire team was in position, like everyone was up, then I would be fine with you baiting the tower, then ulting Ashe, and then trying to get a decent fight off. But everyone's dead. Again, don't feel like you have to force stuff if it doesn't make any sense. Heads on the minimap, all that shit. Like, consider all that before ulting. Yeah. Yeah, you can also ulti the tower, but no matter, in my opinion, no matter what you do here, the tower's dead and you're just wasting an ult. You don't have any follow-up anyways. There's no one here. Draven's in base. There's no one here. You're never stopping this tower from dying. I think it's an option, guys, but I don't think it saves anything. Bond cart, thanks for the sub. Yeah, it's definitely something that you can consider. You can ult the tower. You can also, okay, as Bard, we can ult tower to protect it. We can also just ult the minions. If we can hit just the minions to get the tower to aggro to champions, that's another trick we can do. But yeah, ulting Rift is kind of pointless. So that should, I think that's just a waste. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to go backwards. So here you flash, try to force some wonky engage. I think it's bad just because there was nothing, it made no sense. You engaged way over a tower that was gone without your teammates being in position, and now we're going to get pressured on another objective because of it. So I think your game is starting to fall apart here at this stage. Your laning looked all right. You looked pretty confident roaming around, but I think you're speeding through things and you don't know that, like, sometimes like shifting that gear the other direction is fine. Because if you remember, I complimented. I think that your laning was fine, although I would play certain situations a little differently. I thought you weren't that off of the Bard path. But with some of your decision making now, from like ults and like when you're trying to force an engage, it doesn't make much sense to me. Or like rotations, like going to bot or getting stuck in mid jungle, like near your blue. Just lots of little sloppy macro stuff that if you polish up, you're gonna be an animal at Bard. You just got to play a little bit more tactically, I think. There, when you're trading with Nasus, instead of veering towards the top side, you want to veer towards here so that you can actually tunnel around if you need to. You have the option of tunneling deep, tunneling back into river, or tunneling to the plant, like whatever you want to do. But I just don't like that if, say for example, you get withered and someone shows up. I get that there's people mid, but if you get withered and someone shows up, you're going to be in a lot of fucking trouble here. Especially considering the level disadvantage. Yeah, I think you were rushing. I think you were rushing the game pretty hard, to be honest. This one was fine, though. So here, TF gets out of line. Your teammates are in position to actually kind of do something. I mean, it's not the best. And I don't know why Blitzcrank gives the stun for free. But your teammates are near. You see what I'm saying? Your teammates are nearby. Like, GP has an ult, Draven has an ult, Kindred has an ult. This is a decent fight. I literally, yeah, I just go and order the emails, dude. Here I'm pinging Baron like a lunatic. Like, it needs to be pinged fucking hard. Even if it's you going over there and getting vision, like, you need to be controlling Baron. I don't know where you're going. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there, I don't like what you did after you won the fight. I think getting vision around Baron was the most important thing. Pinging it and getting position. There's nothing you were going to do at that time. Like, you just kind of need to turtle a bit longer and win maybe one more fight, and then you guys were A-okay. But, yeah, like, just waddling around river is pointless. Always, in the mid late game, always try to get Baron vision control. Like, constantly just, even if your team's not going to do Baron, at least you have vision of it. It's super important, dude. As a support. Especially as Bard. You can make some really awesome plays in the Baron pit, but only if you have vision. Look at chat, dude. I'm an ex-Bard main. Just fucking with you too. You want to talk about it? Do you want to talk about Bard with me? Have you found Bard Christ yet, dude? Bard is our Lord and Savior, yeah. Yes. So we're just kind of floating right now, waiting for a good battle. It looks like we're gonna get a Baron here soon. Spoiler alert. Just because I can see it on the timeline. I don't know how this is gonna happen. Is it you that does it? Alright, spam your Q, help wave clear. Exactly. Thank you very much. The dank tank. Appreciate it. Alright, this is a 4-man ult. So yeah, it looks like it's you. Dope. No problem, dude. Make sure the replay's in. It was a good attempt. I don't mind it. Yenzik, thank you. I think it was okay to try. And then NASA's gonna int right quick. Oh my god, the tunnel moves. And then you guys are gonna go Baron. Took a little while for you all to figure it out, but you do eventually figure it out. The Baron's too huge. Your trinket needs to be a red sweeper trinket, and you should have a pink ward on your person. Yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to take my Baron and go home. Looks like Darius is just being... Oh my god, he lives? Amazing. There, you just rushed the ult. Just mechanical fuck up. Can't flame me too hard for that. So we're pushing, pushing, pushing. You should be helping your team get that tower and then tunneling out. Why didn't that tower fall? Why aren't you hitting the tower? Hit it. Hit the tower. Just hit the tower. Oh no. Yeah, basically there, I want you hitting tower and then jumping the wall out. Like tunneling out this way. Tunnel your team out and then you're moving to dragon. Have a plan in your head at all times. Here, you're tunneling your team out again. Why aren't you tunneling them? Encourage them to leave with you. Encourage them for a safe leave. Tunnel goes just like this. Out. I drew a dick. Dick goes this way. Right? It goes this way. And then they will, because everyone loves to click the tunnel, they'll take it and then they'll all back together and no one will get caught. Always be concerned that your team will get caught, okay? With Bard, you can help that, mitigate that. Rotation top is fine. TF is splitting, which is sketch. Shove and back. I'm gonna stay. Yeah, I would stay here. Put the pressure on Nasus. You got weird though. Why didn't we kite? I get it. You're putting the heat on him. You're putting the heat on him. Why aren't we walking? Why aren't we trying to move? That was very bizarre. I guess you just mechanically... Yeah. It just seemed weird that you weren't moving before the Ash arrow hit, but I guess it was just unlucky. Oh no. This Kindra's dumb as fuck. Hey guys, you wanna know a little tip? When you're facing TF and he's about to gold card you, press R. Idiot ass Echo and Kindred and Tryndamere players. Well, actually, Tryndamere can ult anyways. Same with Kayle though. I see. You don't know how many times I've seen players die with their ult up with Kindred because for some reason they don't understand that they need to ult the CC. And I see this happen so many times. They go, oh, I'm gonna play Kindred, and it's like, well, why are you playing Kindred if you don't know when you're supposed to ult? I've never played Kindred in my life, and I know for a fact that you're supposed to ult pretty much every time a Sun card goes. Same with Echo. I've rarely played Echo, and I know that. You just ult, because if you don't ult, you get CC'd and then fucked, right? So you ult when the CC comes out. Not that hard. Anyways. You don't know how many times I've witnessed stupid Kindred players, like, not ult. That stun card tilts me. I think you were fine to keep pushing down on top. Unlucky we get caught. Shit happens. Looks like you're fishing for TF. Don't stay too long. Go back now. You've already poked out too far. After you made a quick check of the brush, you needed to back and reset or move towards mid. Now that your team's all grouped up here, though, we gotta commit it. I'm okay with the tower ult, although I think it's just better to ult TF in that position. Just because there's a chance that he flashes away or something. And with a good ult, everyone gets in position to just pop him. But I think either is alright there because his team wasn't behind the tower. That's what I'm saying. I would ult him because I'd be scared his team was behind the tower. I gotta see what you did after that. You miss a Q, whatever shit happens. You kite, you peel back. Oh! Sweaty. Cool, we disengaged, alright. Somehow our team pulled it together. Zero into mid. So you flash for the secure. Where are you going? Why are you here? You just lost the game. Pretty sure. Or you didn't lose the game, but you ruined the situation. Let's put it that way. You make the play on Blitzcrank. What do I want you to do? Mid to late game. Look at the mini map. What do I want you to do? I want Baron Vision whenever we're allowed to get it. I want it. I want it. When I'm allowed to go and get it, I want to go and get it. I want to see the Baron. I want to know what's happening with the Baron. I don't care about all this shit. I don't care about blue buff. I could give a fuck. I care about my Baron. So after you made the Blitzcrank pick, you should have been hauling ass across and getting me vision of Baron. So if I'm your, let's say that I'm your gangplank. I want you going across, you know, drop a fucking pink ward here or whatever, and give me info. I need to know if they're doing Baron. It's not gonna be you are allowed to get it for free pretty much when Blitzcrank is dead because the enemy team is scared shitless. So they're all gonna disengage out because they're scared, and you're just gonna walk over. You'll have tunnel ready. You'll be able to drop your wards down. If you get caught, you'll tunnel out. Too easy. But going to blue does not do us any good. Going here, though, with the Baron almost up is very important because I need to know if I'm Gangplank I need to know where the Baron is. Like, who's taking it? I can't risk going up there and getting yanked by a Blitzcrank. I can't risk that. I need to know all the info prior to. The whole team needs to know. So going into blue was sloppy Joes, dude. A nice feed burger, dude. A nice sloppy Joe. Well, I don't... It doesn't even matter. Even if your team followed up, it's dumb to go over there. No offense, buddy, but that's just pointless. You're gonna get a blue... You get a blue, and then Blitzcrank is gonna spawn, and then he's gonna be able to go over there by the time you're finished warding and start yanking your fucking team from the fog. What, dragon's coming up? Is this Elder? Yeah. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, get vision on Baron, and then we can swing over to Elder and defend. Like, there's so much we can do with that. See, now your teammates are fucking... They have to ward for you now. Then Blitzcrank is able to clear it. For free, we could have poked at him. Oh no. Huh! Yeah, you get caught there in the end. Yeah, this was all you on the end. No offense, homie. The dank tank, thanks. Appreciate it, dude. Worth to ult bear when you have vision of it and you have strong douse. They might be doing it. I mean, I only ult Baron to try to steal it with the true damage most of the time, or to deal max damage to them for my teammates. Thanks, Tank. Appreciate it, dude. I am honored anytime I get a sub. Thank you. Dude, this is like... That's the whistle, dude. So, you guys make a pretty clutch call to get Baron, but then you fight. Right here, look at where you're positioning, and this will be the last thing we talk about. Look at where you're positioning. Oh, that's a dick. Is it still there? No. Okay, look. Go over here, E over the wall into here, okay? You should be already here, ready to wall your team out so they can reset. You are trying to take the Baron and tunnel out. And then that way you reset, and then you burn off the Rift Herald. Or the Rift Herald, I'm sorry, the Elder Dragon. But there's no... Look at what you do. Look at how you're standing. For some reason, you're standing in the front of the pit. Why? We're leaving. We're getting Baron and leaving. You're barred. You could jump over the wall. I don't want you fighting. I don't need you fighting. I want a Baron and leave. I want a Baron and go home. You're facing Elder. Enemy team is collapsing on Baron as we're finishing it. What do you think's gonna happen? What a joke. Okay. So, in summary, roaming was good. Your execution of some of the roams were bad, what we talked about. Your laning was fine. Some of the ganks that came in, I don't think you played them as well as you could have, but your laning wasn't the biggest issue. Your biggest issue was your mid to late game. You kept doing the noob support thing where you run down to bot lane and babysit your support or your ADC, and then you didn't fight for Baron vision. When I play support, even if I'm playing fucking support Lux with no escape, this shit is lit the fuck up when I play support. Every time mid-game. It's important. You need to fight for it. And supports are so bad on the whole. I agree with LS. Like, support players are awful. So supports are so bad on the whole, you're very rarely even going to run into somebody who's like warding. And the other thing is, look, I say supports are bad. Your laning wasn't that bad. You had pretty confident laning, but your macro mid to late game was bad. So you have to clean it up if you're going to climb. You're going to have to. Because if you keep babysitting the ADC and not trying to get vision down and look for picks around Baron and control that, like get pink wards down and just be a nuisance over here, you're just going to burn off your leads a lot. And then, yeah, that was your biggest issue. And there's countless examples, and I hope this helped. Okay? Cringy outro. It's time. Max cringe. If you like the video, subscribe. There's a thing. It's my face. You click it. You sub to the channel, and then I get to drop mad amounts of panties because of that. And then there's some videos you can click. All right, Neace, no bullshit game, and I'm out. Peace. Cracks. Thanks. Cool. Excellent. Good replay, dude. Good shit to talk about there. I